Media technologies have played a crucial role throughout our coursework process, from concept to completion. All aspects of our project were reliant on these technologies, and without them, the creation of our music video and ancillary texts would have been virtually impossible. The majority of my work was done on either a school iMac or the HP computer I have at home. Ultimately, they allowed me to access all of the applications which I required at each stage of the project, such as Microsoft Word or Safari. Using the HP computer was incredibly easy as I was very familiar with it. Although I had less practice operating a Mac, I found it incredibly user-friendly and faced few difficulties. Despite the differing brands, I had no trouble sending or receiving files from either computer and was able to complete unfinished tasks at both school and home. Blogger has been a vital aspect of our coursework as the website has provided us with a space to document our work, allowing us and others to view all elements of our thought process from start to finish. The versatility of the site has been incredibly useful as it is able to embed a multitude of extra material such as YouTube clips, Scribe documents and images, and can also stream the Twitter feed of our artists. This has been hugely beneficial as it means that everything is organised into one easily accessible place. Additionally, other peers were able to comment on work of ours and leave helpful feedback which we could review as many times as we wished. Aside from this, we were also able to connect to our teacher's blog, which was of great use as it explained tasks and provided us with extra reading. As two of us in the group were on holiday nearing the beginning of the process and missed some of the research and planning stage, Blogger was especially practical as it allowed us to remain connected while abroad. This meant that we were still able to view and create posts whilst absent, to ensure that we didn't fall behind on work. In accordance with this, I also used Gmail and Microsoft Outlook Web to communicate with others about our project. Most significantly, I contacted various locations making booking inquiries and arranging the filming dates via Google Mail. This application was useful as it allowed me to organise things easily and efficiently. I mostly used Microsoft Outlook Web in order to send files home from school and also ask for help from my teacher. Both technologies ensured that communication was quick and simple. While at home, I used Google Chrome as my server and Google as my search engine. These granted me direct access to the entire web, which was essential throughout all stages as it meant that I was able to do a variety of tasks, such as look for inspiration or perhaps research bands within the indie pop or synth genre. Google has been invaluable for these reasons and also because of its easy-to-use format. When operating the search bar, Google automatically orders the results in terms of relevance, which means that we didn't have to waste time reading pointless information. Google is also obviously responsible for Gmail, which as I've previously mentioned was really helpful. Some of our styling inspiration was also accessed through the use of Google as we searched for Charlotte Martin's blog, which helped us decide on minimalist and monochrome clothing. YouTube was also an incredibly useful website as it gave us the opportunity to search for artists within the genre and collect influences from their pre-existing music videos. Most notably, we used many features of Au Revoir Simone's Somebody Who music video in ours, and numerous ideas of our own were inspired by the footage that we sourced on YouTube. A particular aspect of the Somebody Who music video which we liked was the gliding exploratory camera work, and in order to try and emulate this ourselves, we watched numerous videos about Steadicams. Additionally, we could also analyse videos which interested us and post the findings on our blog. By analysing other videos within this genre, our understanding of indie pop and synth forms and conventions was furthered. Both our draft and final music videos were uploaded to YouTube and then embedded on our blog, yet again showing its importance in our coursework. Scribe allowed us to post Word documents onto Blogger. This meant that our work could be presented in an organised and easily legible way. It also provided our blog with variation, as the standard blog post format can seem monotonous after a while. During the research and planning stage of the process, we used Animoto to create our 25-word pitch. Yet again, this provided us with a more interesting way to present our work, as we were able to easily insert images and small video clips onto the application and accompany them with music. This was more visually interesting for viewers than an ordinary slideshow and also helped us to visualise the way we wanted our video to turn out. Tube chop was an effective way for us to highlight specific parts of music videos which we were analysing. For example, I used the application during my research and planning to crop a section of Haim's Don't Save Me music video. This allowed readers to see how amplification had been used in that particular shot. I also used Paint on occasion in order to save a screenshot as an image. This was useful when recording online information such as my research on the UK Tribes website concerning our target audience. It ensured that I could document details quickly and effortlessly. Alike Google, Tumblr and Flickr allowed us to search through images in order to form opinions about the styling of our artists. We used these media technologies to browse photographs of people who appeared to suit our target audience. Many of them dressed in a polished and refined way, which inspired our own wardrobe for the footage. While on set, I used a Panasonic Lumix camera in order to take behind-the-scenes photographs of the day, which would later feature on our blog and banned Instagram. The camera was easy to use, and we all managed to take photographs with it as it had an auto setting, which meant it was simple to operate. When filming both the draft and final music video, we used a large Sony HDV camcorder. Although this camera was able to achieve high-definition shots with great clarity, it proved difficult to use at first as it was quite an old piece of equipment. However, after Meg, who was allocated the role of camerawoman, did a few test shoots with it, she was able to operate it with no problem. Accompanying both of these cameras were tripods which came in very useful when we wanted to create static or slow zooming shots as they ensured the frame was stable. Artificial lighting was used on both filming days in order to cancel out shadows and attempt to give the video a sense of continuity. This was something we struggled with in our first draft. As a result, we used 2 extra light boxes on the second filming day, which we felt was more effective. On set, we used an iPhone and docking station to project the music, having downloaded our selected song Hurricane on iTunes. This meant that we could quickly and easily move back and forth along the track, in accordance with what was being filmed. As we were filming in a large hall, the speakers ensured that everyone on set was able to hear the song properly. My iPhone was predominantly used for communicating with the group, sharing ideas and organising different parts of the project. As all 3 of us have iPhones, we were able to use the iMessage feature, which meant that sending and receiving messages was free as long as we had Wi-Fi or 3G. We created a group message which we used to help one another with certain tasks and also negotiate filming schedules. My iPhone was also useful as it allowed me to download a Blogger app, which meant I could create posts and document ideas while away from the computer. This also corresponds with social networking technology and our use of Twitter, Tumblr and Instagram, which are all available to download from the App Store. We created a Twitter account for the fictitious band Influx and used it to publish fabricated updates about them. This added to the validity of our artists and gave them more realistic personas. The Twitter account also posted pictures which had been published on the band's Instagram, demonstrating the inner links between these applications. 2 of the most valuable technologies that I use within the process are Photoshop and Final Cut Pro. Photoshop was used for editing my ancillary text and proved to be incredibly helpful. The program was easy to use due to the clear layout and also because I had prior experience of it from my AS work. When creating my magazine advertisement in Digipack, I was able to use features such as the grid in order to create a product with clean lines and exact symmetry, which is important to a minimalist design. The application was also useful as I could import images from Google, such as the barcode and record label, and insert them onto my products. Final Cut Pro was what we used to edit our animatic, draft and final music video. The program was surprisingly simple and I was able to navigate my way around the application with ease. With only a small bit of practice, I could trim individual clips, detach audio and create slow motion footage. The creation of our music video has made me more aware of media technology's importance, not only throughout creative processes, but also in our everyday lives. All of the applications discussed previously were essential to our video, and it's undeniable that we couldn't have produced anything even remotely similar without them. The project has epitomised the significance of technology, especially its contribution to communication and research.